Alright, here we go. So welcome back to the FW project, and this is Michael, your host, and today we're going to be preparing ourselves for the next league, which is Heist. Heist is a league of Path of Exile, wherein every 90 days there is a new league for this game. And what I mean by league is they have different in-game mechanics that are changed every 3 months, and you would have to reset another character or make another character for that league. So everybody starts at zero, everybody starts poor, everybody starts at level zero or level one, and it's like a race, and it's a 90-day race to finish one league. And this league is the league that is coming is they call it the Heist League. The Heist League is like something that is like Ocean 11 or something like that. And these are the preparations for it. Let me see. So what I have now is everything that you've done in your leagues. It will be at your what do you call this? Oh wait. I forgot something. Am I streaming now? Wait. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. All right. So, the league now is Heist, wherein it is like Ocean 11, and every league when it stops, when it's finished, you reset all your characters and they all go to standard league like this one. So before we start, I wanna wait, let me see my chats here. Okay, so before we start, I'm gonna showcase my what they call this. What is this? This is my raider character, a bow character, with frostbite, frost wall. I think I shot as its main skill. So a little bit of a background of this game. This game is not. It's for kids also, but most likely the geeks that are that are willing to research, to do more, and to find something that is out of ordinary. It's like a Diablo game. You have to level up, you have to find items, and it's going to be in just 3 months, and after that everything will be in standard. If you are a standard player like me, you can just practice all day long in standard, but the new league will be a fresher start. So this one, as you can see, I have a lot of currencies here and a lot of items, because these are all the remnants of the league that was played before. And I think I'm gonna use something like this, what they call this eye shot dead eye or eye shot raider. I'm gonna use this character in the next league. So let me showcase first what this. See, it's a fast clearing character wherein everything chains, and and the defensive traits of this character is not that good. It's like a glass cannon. You can die easily with one shot, or you can just evade the attacks, because as you can see here, my defenses have where is it, evasion rating is 10,000. So the estimated chance to evade attacks is 48%, so almost half. Chance to dodge attacks is 50%, so whether you're hit by an attack or not, it's gonna be 50%, and chance to dodge spells are 40%. So it's about evading, dodging attacks and spells. Well, sometimes you get one hit, but it's okay. But it's just like it's like pure luck. And this is a fast clearing skill, as you can see this, and it's good when you are in heist, I think, because you're gonna be running around chasing enemies or chasing loot, and you have to go fast. But the problem is, if you set up the alarm in heist because of that link mechanic, it's gonna be tougher for you because it's not gonna be a fast-paced gameplay. You have to slowly mind your mind your actions upon setting up the alarm and get your loot. And most of my friends are telling me, Michael, how do I play Path of Exile? Is it like Diablo? Yes, it's kind of like Diablo, but I love this game. I always play this game because if you skip 3 months playing of this one and played another 90 days, you wouldn't skip anything, any what they call this. See, that is the boss, and I finished it. You wouldn't skip any of the details because every 90 days it changes the league. So I think this character is good. This is character that is a little bit expensive because of the Farrell's Force. So you have to not just level up more, but to loot more. And my items here are, for end game. But before that, let me teach you how to play Path of Exiles first. So Path of Exiles, so not that. Path of Exiles, you have to have a third party trading outside of the game. So that's the problem before, but now everything changes because there are a lot of ways that you can control your loot. So for instance, first you have to open your Path of Exile official webpage. Here you can see all the news, all the statements of GGG. And what I like about Path of Exiles is that even though they are a profit company, they just what they call this? They just sell supporter packs for aesthetic look. So you cannot buy anything to make you stronger. You can just buy something like these ones. You can buy that for your aesthetic appearance. So if you want an armor, you can set up an armor like this. But it doesn't make you good. It doesn't make you better. It doesn't make you stronger. It just, replaces what your default character look is, and nothing more. It's just aesthetic. So if you're not into this, then don't buy anything. Or if you want to support, then support. Then what I recommend is just buying stash tabs. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. But if you're starting, you don't have to buy anything. This is a free-to-play game. And yeah, for preparing for a new league every 90 days, the new league will come in 4 days, 13 hours, 11 minutes. And before that, let us see what the new league is. There is, here. So let us watch this first.
Thank you, everyone, for being on time. We have a lot to cover. The mark is in the rear of the dining hall. Cast, you're up first. You'll need to crack the lock and get us inside.
So what we are watching now is a new league. It means the old league, the Harvest League, is over. The Harvest League is like a farm bill type of looting and harvesting. And this is another game mechanic. The core mechanic of the game is still the same. Everything is still the same, and they get to introduce this every 90 days. So you have a fresh new game mechanic every 90 days. That's what I like in Path of Exile. It's not getting stagnant. And the way they introduce a game mechanic is that they also introduce new game skills, new game characters, or new game um, sequences, wherein the community of the game, if it is good in ratings or everybody accepts it, it will go into the core game. But like Harvest, the last league, the players didn't like it so much, so it wouldn't go to the core game. So you wouldn't, you wouldn't have to go into the Harvest core game and go to the Heist core game. So the other one is removed because it is not popular, and it depends upon the ratings.
Once we're in, Talina will use the vents to bypass patrols. There's a steel barrier that blocks access to the hall. Tibbs, can you handle it?
So if you're playing Path of Exiles before, this is like the Betrayal League last December 2018, I think, wherein you have a lot of members that are with you, and yeah, this time it's different because you can customize the ones that you are going with into the heist. Like this one, Tibbs for heavy lifting, and
Great. Then Isla just needs to bridge the gap.
Ayla is the one who is like a summoner or some kind of an architect who can provide you with new pathways, secret pathways like this one.
There's enough in that bunker for all of us to live very comfortably. If we stick to the plan, we should have no trouble at all. If we stick to the plan.
And then they said after you reach your loot, it's not gonna be with you. It's gonna be with you, but it's still a contraband. It will not go into your stash tab until you get out of this map. So it's like taking a loot and knowing your risks, and losing everything if you die, except in a party where your party members can loot your loot. And the way they do this is they introduce another skill gems, which are in a different topic. Right, let us hear what our developer commentary.
Hi, I'm Chris
Says.
Wilson from Grinding Gear Games. In this new league, you will plan and execute elaborate heists. Travel to the rogue harbor and hire a crew of thieves to perform tasks such as lockpicking, demolition, and transportation. Break into a secure facility and be careful not to trigger the alarm. Bypass security measures and infiltrate the vault containing a valuable artifact.
So the artifacts is like loot, and every loot is different, and it depends upon your level of what you are looking for. So there are replicas, there are 6 links loot, and there are other loots that you could use in your league. So it depends. So if you are a first time player of Path of Exiles, you would be confused. What are these loots? What do I need and everything? But before that, we have to watch this first.
Make a mad dash back to the extraction point to lock in your haul. Use your cut of the profits to obtain a blueprint, uncover escape routes, and train your crew as you plan the ultimate job, executing a grand heist. Choose your payoff from exclusive new items such as alternate quality gems, trinkets, body and weapon enchantments, replica unique.
So what I like about Path of Exiles is like every 3 months they introduce you to a new game, and every 3 months you get cool loots, which is just for that league. You cannot find it with other leagues. If there are new leagues, you cannot find a replica Iron Commander Death Bow like this. So this is exclusive to this game. But if the in-game mechanic of heist should go into standard next league, it would be this the replica items would be available again. So it depends upon the community if they like it or not.
items, experimented base types, and more. Plan your escape on September 18th.
Okay, so it comes in September 18th, so I'm excited about this, and that's why I'm doing a live video about this. So my friends, they are asking me how to play Path of Exile. What is Path of Exile? Is it like Diablo or everything? So I'm explaining how to prepare for the next league. So let's stop that, and all of these tabs here, 7 tabs here, are the ones I used before going playing for a new league. So let's go to the character selection here. So as you can see here, these are my standard league characters. All of these fought well before when they were in their own leagues. So this one I used from the last league, Kula Girl, level 88 Necromancer. It's a nice character also. And let me showcase what she can do. This is what they call this, Zombie Mancer, I think.
When I'm ready and not before.
So the way you use this is it depends upon your playstyle, what you want for your characters to do. So this is a map of level 13 port map. Let's start with this. Let's alt this. Okay. So this is a character that is now in the Harvest League. As you can see, I don't have enough what they call this, loot, because I didn't play that much, and my maps are almost empty. So this is the current league now, and then after this league, the Harvest League, she will go, the Kula Girl, this character, will go into the standard league where everyone else is. So let me showcase what she can do. Let's open the map, go inside, and these are for lazy people like me, because the way my zombies work is like okay, I'm gonna die there. There is an immortal I cannot, okay, see. Alright, so the way that this works is your minions will kill for you. You are worthless. You just have to defend or to evade attacks. See? So I chose this because I am lazy with my character before. Okay, let's loot that. And as you can see, there are not many drops that is dropping now, because I set this into a strict filter, and we're gonna be talking about that later on. So this is how timid my character is. You just have to walk around, and then your minions are gonna kill everyone. And this is the league mechanic right now. This is like the harvest. So you could just harvest. Let me show you one harvest. Okay. So you just have to run around, let your minions do the damage and killing. So there you go. So if you see, this is an in-game mechanic of the Harvest League, wherein you could customize your weapons like this one. You can reforge rare item with the new random modifiers, including a caster modifier. So this has a lot of reading. If you are a first-person shooting game player, and you just have you don't even read mechanics or do something like these ones, you won't get it if you're just shooting at stuff and just playing for fun. This is a game wherein you should study the game and know the locations of what they call this, of weapons and items that you want, and then you have to go through trading and selling, and and crafting. So this league is about crafting. So reforge, reforge, reforge. So it depends. So let's get out of there
I'm ready and not before.
and go back to the port and showcase more of what my character can do. So this is an in-game mechanic of what they call this, Legion League. Yeah. So this has been in the standard core game for a long time because everyone loved Legion. Oh, I'm dead. So because everyone loved Legion, they included it in the core game. That's what I'm talking about. And even if you're in a different league, you can trigger these past leagues that I am talking about. So I'm too far back. Alright, let's go this way. You have a map here. And let your minions kill everything. So you'll get used to this, used to this mechanic of your character. It depends if you want to be a caster, if you want to be a melee build, if you want to be a spell build, you can do it. And I'm suggesting that you should follow a build guide first, because some of my friends are trying this game out. They're gonna be saying, Michael, I know this just like Final Fantasy 10, or this is like Diablo, or this is like something like this, but they failed to even finish the first few games of this game, first few chapters. It's because that even though that you want to be unique in your gameplay, you have to settle down for a build guide. Copy a build first, and then when you are comfortable enough and you can loot enough, or you know the in-game mechanics and how this game works, then start experimenting on your own. But if you are, if you are not following a build guide and you messed up this passive skill tree, it's a lot to digest, but it's easy. Don't worry, this is easy. So you're gonna be asking me, Michael, how do I even know where to start when you see this, right? This is like the Final Fantasy spear grid, and you're gonna be asking, how do I do this? Well, you have to follow a build guide first. I have another YouTube channel wherein I discuss about this, and what you actually wanted in your first few games is to enjoy the game, to kill some monsters, to have fun with your friends, to loot with your friends. So you don't have to be serious about your build. There is no perfect build. That's what I'm saying. There is no perfect build. I'm searching for that before. You cannot find a perfect build that can, handle everything. There is a perfect build every league, but that is called the meta. Okay? When you said it's meta, it's like pop culture. This is in now, but it will not be in after the new league. Because after the new league, it's gonna be patched again, and it will be replaced with a weaker one, because the overpowered weapons or the overpowered abilities in this game are nerfed. to balance the game, so to make it enjoyable. So I'm going to the boss here. Okay, before going into the boss, I'm going to open up a portal, so when I die, I will respawn there. So this is the new boss. This is the boss of this map. Let my minions deal damage and kill the boss. So I'm careful about this boss because this boss has a lot of bleeding inflicted on you. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. So look at my life. It's I got a knockback. Okay, now I understand why he is going sideways. Alright. So this is not a perfect build also. It has its perks and it has its downside. Alright, so unlike other unlike other games like Grim Dawn and Diablo, when you find something like this one, what is this? This is like a yellow item. For some, they call it a legendary item. They are, but most of these items are trash because it depends upon your build. So even though you have a legendary or a unique item, it's not a legendary. It's a unique item. Even though if you have a unique item like Fairgrave's Thorn, Tricorn, I mean, I cannot use this on my character right now here because I have a more useful unique item that I could use rather than this, and this one gives me Eldritch Battery, which gives my energy shield as my mana because my mana is depleted. So this has no use for me, and maybe in the start of the league you can sell this to like 1 chaos or 2 chaos, but for now it's just scrap. You just have to trade it to Navali and put everything in your stash tab. Alright, so we're gonna destroy this because we don't need that. Alright, so now this is the part wherein I would explain to you all what to do when making a character, when starting up a new league, when starting Path of Exile from scratch, if you say. So first, I opened my this one. This is the trading website, POE.trade and currency.poe.trade. This is where you trade your items. I'm sorry, I'm too sleepy. It means that when you are in game, like this one. Wait, we're gonna come back. How to use the POE trade is, well, if you are looking for like, let's say I have everything in standard. Well, let's say we are looking for I don't know. Let's just find a keyword here. Let's say Farrell's fur or Farrell's pounds, or yeah. Let's say we are looking for that. How'd you know that? Well, I have a unique tab here, and see. Okay. Let's go to standard because this is in standard. So you can choose league here. The option here, every league is the main league and the standard league only. And of course, the different consoles there, PS4 if you're in PS4 or Xbox. Alright. So the first thing you do is Like this one, this is a Farrell's Fur. I use this for this build, and you can use this for other builds also. And if you want to trade, just go here and type Farrell's Fur. It's standard. You could check some areas here that you wanted, and for me, maybe you put 6 sockets and 6 links, because like this one, this is a 6 socket and 6 link item, and you press search. All right, now there is the result, and if you can see the result, you can find the armor evasion here, the quality, the attributes of the item, the level of the item, and yeah, the more of these mods of the item, and it is priced at 9.9 exalted. So what is an exalted orb? This is an exalted orb. It is hard to come by for Path of Exiles when you are just starting in Path of Exile. So don't be serious about this. Just loot, and don't spend too much, and then you'll get enough exalted orbs in a league. Right, so how to use this? Let's see. If we are gonna be looking for 5 sockets and 5 links, the price will go down drastically. See? Oh, it's 9. It's not this one. So there is no 5 links, 5 sockets and 5 links. But if you are in Harvest, okay, Farrell's for 5 links, 5 sockets. This is just 6 exalted. So for the current league, it is 6 exalted. The standard league, it will be 9.9 exalted. All right. But this is corrupted. You cannot change the mods if it is corrupted. All right. And of course, before buying an item, you should check out the sockets first. So like this one, I am using Barrage as my main skill here for killing some bosses. And it is linked with other skill gems. You have to consider also the color of your armor. Like this one, I got 4 greens and 2 reds that is interconnected. So what you need is 2 greens, how many? 4 greens and 2 reds. So if there are white sockets like this one, it means that you can use any color that you want on those sockets. But like here, if it is fixed with a red socket and green sockets, all you can put there are their respective colors, like red, green, or blue. So, but the white items like these ones are more expensive. So be careful with trading. But if you have a lot of currencies, you can just buy something like this, so you can interchange your skill gems. So let us see. Okay, enchanted. All right. Okay, so I think we're gonna buy something like this one. This is from the Harvest League. So this is in standard. I'm gonna go to my Harvest League character, Kula Girl, right here, and just click Whisper here. So if you click Whisper there, and then push Enter here to chat, and then Control V to paste it, and then there you go. You are buying a 10 exalt item. But as you can see, the auto reply, this player is AFK. So he is not there at all for now. So you have to find another one, and you can choose. So this is the Path of Exile trading, and I haven't shown you yet because the player that I contacted is still AFK. And after I set up my PoE currency here, this is not that important when you are, just starting. So just have fun. But if you know the game, this is very important after your lore. After the first game mechanic, after you finished the first chapter of Path of Exile and you are mapping, this is very important because you are starting to sell and you are starting to trade. So the more loot you get, the more currency you get from trading. And the next one that I used is this one, Filter Blade. So what is Filter Blade and what is it used for? So Filter Blade, this is for your currency filter, your drop filter.
When I'm ready and not before.
So I'm gonna show you how. Let's get some items here like gears. Oh, there's nothing there because this is the Harvest League. Oh, wait. All right. So let's get one of those, 3 of those, and okay, and maps maybe. Yep. All right, and then this one, and then this one. Okay, let's go into a map, and I'm gonna show you how this loot filter works. So if you are playing Path of Exile as your first time, you're gonna see that when you are mapping or when you are fighting enemies, okay, there are loot drops here, like this one and this one. These are rare items, and if you press Z, it won't show. If you press Z again, it will show. This is a loot filter. So if you press O, you can see that your input here or your UI here, you can see there is a list of item filters. So there is a drop down there. As you can see here, Delirium Starter. I used this loot filter when I was playing Delirium League. And there is Boring, there is Delirium Farm, and End with Low Currency. So everything is here. And there is a default. I am not, I'm not a fan of default because it will fill your screen with a lot of loot, and most of the loot are trash. All right, most of the items are trash. So if you could find a loot filter like this, Filter Blade, like this one, you can see that this is a filter that you could use for what your build is. If you're a summoner build, then you could change the settings so the items that will drop are just for summoners, and you won't get anything from an archer or a mage or something like that. All right, so yep, I'm gonna drop these items here. See, there is a sound. All right, okay, so there is no sound for chromatic orb because it is not that this is not that important, like orb of transmutation. But okay, and so it has different sounds also. But this is what of a loot filter that I am using right now. So the less important, the smaller it is, and what they call this, the higher the importance, the more brighter it is, and the more bigger it is. So for me to grab it before someone kills me. All right, so that is the loot filter. I am using that for for a better way of life. Right, let's return these items now. Right. There you go. Right. So first, you have to have a loot filter. Okay? And the next one is for you to open the official Path of Exile wiki. So the wiki of the Path of Exile. Here, you could study the lore of the game. You will know what is the next league, what are jewel clusters, what are the skills, what are the type of exiles, what are the equipments. So yeah, you cannot just say that what is this, what is that, what is this, what is that. You can just study it here. Itemization, crafting, vendors. It's a lot to digest when you are starting, but if I were you, rather than doing that, you just play the game. Okay? Like when you play the game here, you create and then maybe go to the next league or just play it standard. So you have a hardcore mode when you die, your character will be forever deleted. All right? It will when you die, you will go into standard. So what I mean is, if you are in a current league like Harvest or in the upcoming league Heist, in a hardcore setting, if you die, your character will go to standard. All right. So this is the default Path of Exile League. So the next default will be what they call this Heist. So if you are a new player, just click OK, and then there are 7 exiles that you can choose from. There is the Templar.
To serve God and the order of the Templar.
Okay.
For years you built a life upon faith, only to smite it asunder with one sinful blow. And is that not the greatest folly of all? To lose faith when it's all you have left? You were once the chosen of God.
Okay. So the Templar here, like here, if you press that character class in the wiki, you can see that there are a lot of types of character class. Like Templar, if you are a Templar, you are, with the strength intelligence basis character. All right. If you are a Shadow, there is a dexterity intelligence based character. So how do you know that? When you press P before the spear grid that I've shown you, it will show you that you are easier to get dexterity and intelligence points rather than strength and intelligence. That is for Templar. All right. So here we go. If you choose the Templar has 3. Okay, excuse me. I'm sorry about that. Templar has 3 character. These are the character classes, and when you ascend, if you beat Izaro, you can get an Inquisitor if you want to be a Hierophant or if you want to be a Guardian. So, if you are a Templar, you could choose. Where is it? You could choose an Inquisitor, Hierophant, or a Guardian as your ascendancy class. All right. If you want the Shadow, like this one.
Born with quickness of body and sharpness of mind. How have you paid for these gifts? With innocent blood. Yours.
All right. So much for the introduction. If you are a Shadow, you could choose Assassin, Saboteur, and Trickster. So like an Assassin is for a crit build, most likely a crit build, critical strike build, critical multiplier build. A Saboteur is used for traps and mines, and a Trickster is a little bit of both, where a Trickster could be a spellcaster, a summoner. A Trickster could be a crit, or or a mine or a trap user. So it depends upon your preferences. A ranger, you could be a Deadeye Raider or Pathfinder. These are melee builds: a Juggernaut Slayer, Gladiator, Berserker, Chieftain, and Champion. And I'm a fan of the Witch. I'm using it all the time. So I've mastered. I'm not a master, but I've figured out how to use and when to use the Necromancer, Oculist, and the Elementalist. The last showcase that I've shown you is Kula Girl. She is a Necromancer, and that is the lazy build that I've shown you, wherein I am just walking and then my minions are killing the enemies. Right, you could do that. Elementalist is more powerful with spells, and the Oculist is more powerful using cold skills and using energy shield. Right. So I know that you are not digesting this properly because it is hard to digest at first, but you would get it.
Do you think you are
So this is a melee build, a Marauder, a Scion build, which which is a balance of everything. Oop. All right. A Scion in Path of Exile starts in the middle of the skill tree. So if you don't know what the skill tree is, you can just type here, skill tree. But it is called the passive tree, alright? So, as you can see here, this is the passive skill tree right now. So it has many nodes here. The Scion starts here. The Witch starts here. The Templar starts here. Shadow starts here. The Pathfinder or the Ranger starts here. The Champion starts here, I think, and the Marauder starts here. So it depends up where you want to start and where you want to end, but you can mix match this. But I digress. Of course, you have to mix match this when you mastered or when you studied more about this passive skill tree. But first, you just have to find the character. Alright? Whether you want to be a melee build or a range build or a summoner build or a crit build or a totem build, it depends upon you. So for me, we can start with the Witch. We can name him Game Prep. Game Prep. Okay. So when you start Path of Exiles like this one, you can prepare more if you are looking at PoE DB. Alright, PoE DB. This is a handy site where you can find what unique items are there. So these are the unique items of this upcoming heist. So the newest and the latest, it is here. So in the Harvest League, like this one, this is in Chinese, and the challenges. So yeah, whatever you want, that is in the wiki, but you want it to be particular, you have to go to PoEDB. And also PoE Ninja, like this one. The PoE Ninja is a great tool for PoE players because the PoE Ninja is used mostly by other players for the currency, for the currency analyzation. So if you looted something like where is it? Watchstones, incubators, okay, base types. Alright. If you find something that is a redeemer two-tone boots, then you would get 8.3 exalted orb for that. Alright, if you find a level 86 Shaper Opal Ring, you could see here that it is 8x, which is a lot in Path of Exile. But in endgame, this is not a lot. In the first few weeks of Path of Exiles, this is a lot. Alright, so you could target farm this. If you can see in PoE Ninja what is being traded now, like this Stygian Vice. If you could find a level 84 Elder Stygian Vice, it will be costing 3.1x. You could be selling this if you find this, so you can target farm this and then trade it for you to have more currencies in the first few weeks of the game. Alright, that is why PoE Ninja is very important to Path of Exile players, because you can see the currency fluctuations and what is in and what is the latest and what is tradable in that league. And of course, you can see most of the items here that are used and that is powerful, and that you can find more builds here. And upon seeing the builds, the assassin is used 22% and 21% is from the necromancer. Here, when you are starting Path of Exiles, you can find builds here that you can copy, or you can imitate. Like this one, this is like an assassin, and we're gonna go and see the items. The items here, see, you can target farm it. This is a unique item, and unique item. Dozer skin, and unique item. So this is a simple item. You could get all of this except from. You can get all of this for just like 3 or 4 exalts. Depends upon the sockets of the robe. But you can just get this for 3 to 4 exalts in the end game. Except of course your jewels. But what I mean is, if you are going to PoE Ninja and preparing for the next league, you can find what are people using before going into the next league. So you would have a pretty much updated version of every build and economy of Path of Exile before heading out to a new league, right? So let's go back to the economy. So I explained PODB, the filter, and the trade sites, and our official page. And then you just have to start your league. Like this one, I used Witch, and then get your first weapon, and then
You and I, we're the only ones that made it to shore.
if you want to see the lore, or to hear the lore, or to lead the lore, you could do that. But there are tutorials here. If you read them, you won't be lost. All right. So this one, the skills here are put into sockets. So if you have a boot here, you can put your main skill in your boots. All right. So this is interchangeable. So the first thing I did is my left click, I put on the move only button, because if you put the default attack, you are moving, and then when you're hitting something, you're gonna be stopping. All right. And then if you're gonna be stopping, they can hit you. So my left click is move only. So it depends where you are comfortable. You can bind it with Q, W, E, R, or space. But for me, this is better. And the next thing is I put a fireball, what your main skill, in your right click. So every time you spam your right click, all right, you would summon this fireball, or you would cast this. And then my default attack is just W for now, because when I am hitting something, when I lose a lot of mana from fireballs here, you could use the W, right? All right. And then the next thing I bind is, or I organize, is the small flasks. So this is for your life, and this is for your mana. When you are depleting life, you could use this, and it goes up when you kill enemies. Let us see about that. So my hands, if you could see, my hands on the keyboard is this is for 1 2 3, 1 2 3 for my flask, and 1 is for the letter W for my default attack. But you don't have to be serious about this because it's just the first chapters of the game. It wouldn't be hard. So for a veteran player like me, or it's not a veteran but a seasoned player like me, I can skip all the tutorials. But for this preparation, see, my mana is depleting, so I'm gonna press 3. All right, so this is like a step-by-step basic of Path of Exile, but I'm not into that. Okay, I'm just telling you how to prepare for the next league. So this is just a showcase. Okay, so Arcane Surge. So you could put the Arcane Surge here, and if you read enough, the secret of Path of Exile is reading. If you don't like reading, if you don't like studying, if you don't tinker with how the main skill or the sub skills work, then this game is not for you, because you're not gonna be enjoying it. You're gonna be asking a lot of time if why is my build not killing enemies? Why is my build not developing or leveling up? Why am I always dying? It's because you don't read. So, like this one, at the first chapter of this game, you have to read. So, what is Arcane Surge support? This is a support gem for a lot of spell skills, or a lot of skills that is. See, each supported skill will track how much mana you spend on it. So if you are not using mana for your main skill, this will not work. Alright, so you have to do a lot of reading. This is a preparation for Path of Exile. So above, granting above when the total of mana spent reaches a threshold. Cannot support skills used by totems, traps, or mines. So there is another caveat on this. There is another limitation for this. I mean, you can this support gem does not support totems, traps, and mines. All right. So if it is not using mana, or it is a totem, traps, or mines, it will not work. Right. But this is a fireball. It uses mana. And you can see here, there is a cast time, the mana cost. So you have to read. Mana cost is 6. And in order for you to make Arcane Surge work, is to spend at least 15 mana with supported skills. So this is just 6. So I'm just gonna spam this 3 times. And then, as you can see here, my Arcane Surge support procs, right? Because I used 15 of my mana. So remember, if you level up this Arcane Surge support, the mana cost of the supported skills will go up. So for if you are not a mana hungry user, you're gonna wonder again, why am I not proccing this? It's because you've not used the minimum requirements of the mana for it to proc. Alright? So a lot of reading. So that's the basic spells of the game. When you go to town, you can find more spells. While you are leveling, you can unlock more spells or more skill gems. And you could choose see this, I've been waiting for that. So if you press P, the letter P, it would show you the passive skill tree. The passive skill tree is like the spear grid of Final Fantasy X, but the problem is that you cannot fill all of this. Alright, you can just fill 124 slots of this for max, but mostly just 97 or 100. Oh, I'm dying. Wait. Okay. Right. And then As you can see here, you can start here for a spell damage route or an intelligence route going here, or you could just fill up your energy shield and mana regeneration, right? So it is a balanced game, but don't ever expect that it will hold your hand and say that everything's gonna be all right. When you messed up this in your first league, in your first game, you would be having a hard time replacing this because it requires a lot of currencies and a lot of looting and a lot of time to ever change most of your passive skills. So if you put spell damage here and apply points, see, I don't have any resources or any regret orbs to replace this one. So I'm stuck with this. If I want energy shield and mana regeneration, I cannot just change this into this. You need currencies. All right. So we're gonna just finish this first introduction. So I'm just gonna hit and run, and I'm gonna use my mana here, my mana potion. Okay, it's gonna die. All right. So now you have an orb of transmutation. We'll just get everything. Okay, for now. So your loot filter will not be as effective as the late game loot filter, but it is useful if you know how to use that. So this is my scroll of wisdom. The scroll of wisdom will identify items. So this is for feet, this is for your head, and you have another, this. Okay, I put it here rather than this one because it has 3 sockets, and these 3 sockets are linked. All right. So you have to decide if you're gonna keep it or you're gonna throw it out. So most of the players in Path of Exile just loot everything. It's a waste of time. You have to read, and you have to prioritize what you need most. Do you need a magic item like this one, which has 2 sockets, but it gives you a little bit of lightning damage and cast speed, or just a 3 socket like this, but it is not linked, but it is like a white item. It doesn't have anything. So for me, I'm gonna take this because I need the stats more than the sockets and the links. So it depends what you need, right? So when you get in town, you're gonna be invincible or invulnerable, and you won't be hurt or something. But you cannot use any skills here. So in order for you to test your skills or something, you go to the maps or you go to your hideout. And then there are NPCs here, non-playable characters. So you could Hilak reward. You can get Freezing Pulse, Magma Orb, Lightning Tendrils, Ray Zombie, Blight, Kinetic Bolt. All of these are here in the PoE wiki. Where is it? Here. Where is the wiki? Oh, I think I PoE wiki. All right. So if you okay, so these are
Stay sharp out there.
Yeah. What I'm talking about is after I prepared all of this. Can you hear me now? I'm sorry. I didn't know. I just pulled the plug. So everything here is just for preparations, the filter guide, the trade sites, the builds here, POEDB for the items and for what to use, and of course the news and your Path of Exile wiki. So if you are asking me what kind of build, I will go to POE Ninja and go to builds. All right. And when you go to builds, you can see the current builds here that is used. So the percentage, what they are using, what items, what passive tree they are, going. So you can see here everything. And from here, you cannot be sure about what to use in the next league because there are still no patch mode. If the Path of Exile here, if you go to their official site, the patch notes, if they come, you will see what skill gems and what items are nerfed. So you have to compare it with the builds here. So in example, if there is a Void Battery here, which uses Frenzy Charges and spell damage, I think. This is a Frenzy Charge. Yeah, Frenzy Charge build. If you are using... Okay, am I open? Alright. Am I streaming? If you are using this build and the patch notes came for Heist, you would see that if this is nerfed, this is not good for the next league. All right. So you have to see and compare your patch notes to your POE Ninja build guide before you can head on and make your journey to Path of Exiles. But as you know, Path of Exile changes a little bit one by one every league. But what they never fail to do so is to introduce new items. So it means if you can go here in their site, there are a lot of new items that they are introducing to the game. So maybe you are using this is rework. Okay, curse skills. Okay. Skills, okay, like this one, skills. So you have a new skill here, a Void Spear. So no build guides for this one. You can just go and use the Void Spear, Frost Shield, Sigil of Power, Flame Wall, and you could see in YouTube what they look like, if it suits your playstyle. This is just Blade Vortex with Void Skill. All right. You could compare your notes with where is it? There you go. You could compare your notes with Path of Exile news, POE Ninja, and what you are using before. But if it's your first time, man, what I suggest is just go with the flow. Try new things, try the new skills here, and it wouldn't be a problem if you are just having fun. But if you are a serious player, then you have to read a lot. All right, you have to memorize what you are gonna loot. Like this one, I'm gonna loot Watcher's Eye in the late game, but first I'm gonna just get a Transcendent Flesh Crimson Jewel, or I'm just gonna drop voices or this cluster jewels. I'm not gonna be using that, and I'm gonna be using more of my passive skill tree rather than this extended cluster jewels. So it depends what you want. Do you just want to enjoy and play, or you just want to be serious enough for League Starter to be your last character. So it depends, man. But for me, just try everything out. Try Void Sphere, try Frost Shield, try everything. Try every combination. And with that, you could just search in Path of Exile wiki, and in comparison with PoE Ninja and the patch notes, you could find the best playstyle that you would enjoy, and it's gonna be powerful. All right, and I suggest that you don't go into meta, because if you go to meta, everything is everything will be expensive, because everything is demand. Every item is in demand, so it's gonna be expensive. You're just gonna be looting all over and over in the same map or in the same area. You won't enjoy. If it's your first time playing Path of Exile, avoid the meta. You will be strong for just 90 days, for just a league, for I think half of that, but you won't enjoy it. I tried it before, but So first, just try to find a build guide and try to experiment a little bit that will suit your playstyle. Like this one, I don't like fireballs. For instance, I like freezing pulse instead. So maybe I'm gonna level up freezing pulse to use it for the end game, or maybe this freezing pulse will just be a skill that is used just for the story mode, and when I get to end game mode, I can use another skill that suits my playstyle. All right. So that's that, man. So when you're starting in Path of Exile, let me continue again. Right. When you have Arcane Search like this one, you can see that if you level this up, you would get more mana requirements. All right. So if you want it to just spend 15 mana supported skills for you to trigger your main skill, then you could just right click this and never, you can see it here, never to level it up again. You can right click that. All right. But if you want to to upgrade this in the future for it to become better and to become powerful, then you can upgrade it in the latter future. All right. So what I suggest again is for you to feel the game first, like this one. Play in the standard league or play in the current league. But if the league is changing, you just skip what is the meta right now. All right, and just feel the game. Like this one, I'm just feeling the game. In Path of Exiles, you don't have, if you can see, you don't have a map layout, because every map layout is a random layout. Sometimes the portal is on the right, sometimes it is here, so there is no layout. The only layout is the Ascendancy Trial, where it is daily. It is changed daily. So you would find in PoEDB here, PoEDB, and you just put Ascendancy, Ascendancy layout. I think that's the word. Yep. No. All right. So these are the maps here, the maps that are used, the layouts, and what Path of Exile is doing is they just randomize the layout of the map. It's not the layout, but the position. The same layout. Let me showcase this first. There's a map of a letter T. All right. When you come from the south, you go up, and then there's a letter T map, right? So what Path of Exile is doing is they randomize every map, or the position of every map. When you go inside, the letter T sometimes go sideways or like this one, or sometimes inverted. All right, That's what they are doing. So there is a layout, but it is changing positions every time. Right? So feel the game like this one. Are you enjoying the freezing pulse? Do you want a more action paced build, a more speedy build? Do you want something like a range build? So you have to prepare. Like this one, a freezing build that is not freezing the enemies. Okay, I don't have enough mana, and then she's dead. Oh. Alright. Be careful when she dies, because there is a burnt sand here that will still deplete your life, and sometimes many players die because of that. So if you downloaded the Path of Exile game, and if you are starting, right? You are now, okay, is my mic on? You don't have to go to the current league like this one. This is the Harvest League. Just skip that. Just feel the game. Get some wisdom scrolls. If you are lost, you can find your missions here. Alright? Your missions, okay. If you choose to accept them, like Mission Possible, like. So the missions here are, sometimes they are optional, sometimes they are not. And the optional missions grant you more ascendancy points. Sometimes they grant you what they call this, Pantheon points. So it depends. Press P again and we'll route here to spell damage. Don't forget to balance it out. Don't forget to read your build guides. Alright? So now we are playing. Okay, we opened the waypoint. We're gonna go back to Lion's Eye Watch. Okay. First, when you are starting Path of Exiles, I'm not putting everything into my stash tab. You know why? It's gonna be more faster for you. Just don't fill this with trash. Just fill this with currencies that you need, and the white items that you can trade. And sometimes I go here. Where? Tarkley. Where's Tarkley? Purchase items. And sometimes if I see something like this, red, green, and blue that is connected, I purchase that. Alright? And what this does is, if you sell it to the NPC, it will give you a chromatic orb. Alright? It will be used when something like a freezing pulse, arcane surge support, and one support gem that is color red or blue. You can use this to alter the colors of your items. Alright? So this is important for me for the first chapters of the game. Alright, how to prepare more. Okay. So trading, purchasing items, like if you have a whetstone and an item here, or a skill gem or an item. Wait, I'm gonna show you. Kinetic bolt and ring. Okay, we don't have any currency to buy rings. We're so poor. But all of us are poor in the first few chapters of the game. So I cannot just
While we live, we are blessed.
So yeah, that's my suggestion. Just enjoy the game first. If you want a sword wielding character, then do that. If you want a ranged character, then do that. Just don't expect it to reach the end game. And for me, I cancel out this global chat here. Okay, just put guild or something. like this one, or I remove a local and global, just the whispers, the guild, the trade. So I just remove the global. You know why? If you remove the global chat, you won't see some people that is reaching. Yeah, they are in level 80 and you're still in level 20. All right, that will be distracting. Or they reached blood aqueducts and you're still in the Sarn encampment. So yeah, that's gonna be distracting because you have to compare yourself. Oh, why am I so slow? Why are those people are in the bosses right now? It's because they are seasoned players and they are fast and they are racers and they have different objectives than you. And believe me, they are not enjoying as much as you are right now because if you are starting in Path of Exiles, you have to explore first. You have to know the lore. You have to know the movements, what the names of the enemies are, and those people, those people that I'm talking with racing, they are not, they are not, you know, they are used with this story, so they are not. Okay, yeah, I know that you need more mana. Like this one, they're not gonna be reading that or they're not gonna be hearing that because they are racing. So they have different objectives than you. So if I were you, just focus on what build you are trying to do and stop watching more YouTube and start reading because more of the players in YouTube are just focusing on what build guides they are intending to share with others. But the basic concept of the game is just looting and enjoying the game. Alright? We leveled up again. Go to spell damage again. Right, so that's it. That's the preparation for Path of Exile. I don't know what to say now because it's up to you. It's for you to experience. There are no spoilers here. So I like this one. If you needed a ring, wait. Come on, I'm streaming here, man. Oh, okay. So now, the characters of the game, you can evade their attacks because look at this. He will light up before he attacks. See? Mana, boots, like this one. If you are reading what, if you are watching this, if you don't have any rings, this is enough rather than nothing. It's like that. Rather than have you don't have any gloves, this is good. Shield, wand, and boots. So try not to to overuse your currencies in the first few. I don't have a portal skill. Yeah, I do. Don't overuse what you have in the first levels of the game because you're not gonna be able to use that. So this, I always choose this rather than the what they call this, the life flask and the mana flask, because medium and the medium mana and life flask, you can get it for the next map or the next level, but this one, it is hard to find at first, and you need to do this because you need to get this because for you to have more movement speed, and you can evade more and you could run more. So this is more useful than those two. And when choosing another skill here, there is Path of Exile. What is that? What is that? POE. What is that? I forgot. I forgot. I'm too sleepy. There is this editor. I forgot. There is this editor that you can use for you to use to know what skill gems to put in together. There is a Path of Exile wiki diagram about that, but this is more, what I'm looking for is a more specific. Yeah, I remember. Path of building. Okay. So you have to download this. You don't have to download this, but I suggest you download this. This helps you a lot with your build guides. So you can map out what route you will be taking, like this one. Come on. Right? Oh, it's because I'm starting with a... Where is it? Current build, import build. All right. So I'm starting with the science. So we're gonna start as a witch. All right. Okay, I'm gonna cancel that. And as you can see, you can map out where you are going. Like this one, if you are planning to get more lightning, or for me, cold. If you want some life here and energy shield. If you want mind over matter. So you can pretty much do everything here. Alright? And for your skills, you can see it here. You can make notes. You can make anything here for your build. And you can import. Alright? So let's import something. Let's try this one. Like if you are looking for something like freezing pulse. Alright. Path of Exile. Okay. Something like this one. And then mute it. And we're gonna copy the paste bin. Open in the link tab. You're gonna copy that. And then you're just gonna import it. Import export build. Import from paste bin. Paste it there, I think. Or paste it here. Oh. Wait. Maybe this is not updated yet. Check for updates. So there you go. You can just import a build here. Actually, you can import a build from the PoE Ninja. Alright? This is a POB code, Path of Building code. You can go to your Path of Building. Just paste it there. I think. Wait. Why is it not working, huh? Wait. Copy. Alright. And then import. And then paste. Why is it not importing? Maybe you are running the latest version. Alright. I'm just gonna make a new build. It's not importing. Alright. Here. Alright. Okay. So import that build. This is a shadow build. See? All of the items here are shown here. So Herald, this is what he is using. Your skills here, like Herald of Thunder, Herald of Ice. This are the heralds he is using. So everything is here. You just have to read. If you like and love Path of Exile and you want to be stronger, you have to read. You have to identify the items that you are gonna be farming. All right. If you're gonna be farming void batteries, if you're gonna be using this, then you know. Path of Building and in correlation with PoE Ninja, in correlation with the patch notes, you would get the build that you wanted. Alright? But first, you know, like this one, Elemental Proliferation. And then if you remove 2 of these and boop. Okay. We haven't changed that, so it doesn't this is random, of course. Sometimes you get 3 blues. For this time it has 2 blues and just 1 red, right? So for me, for you to understand Path of Exiles more, it's not about just builds and everything. You have to understand and read. Alright? You have to go back. You have to enjoy. Get a feel for the game. Do you like your range attacks? Or do you want some melee builds or sword builds? It depends upon you. Okay, I haven't bound my movement skill. Okay. Choose it to number 4. Are you enjoying the Freezing Pulse main skill? If not, you can choose another character. Just don't compare yourself to other players yet, because they have more experiences than you, and they are more faster than you, and they are streamers. So just remove the global chat. Wait, I'm just gonna kill these fellas here. Just remove the global. Come on, just remove the global. And you won't see anything like they are in they're at the boss right now and I'm still here. So don't compare yourself. Just enjoy the game. Loot and understand what you are looting. Sometimes people are, duped into getting their currencies. Like sometimes people get an exalted orb right here. Like I get an exalted orb, like right here, right? And then you get it, and then what is an exalted orb? It just do this, do that, because all the currencies here are useful for changing something, right? Like this one, it upgrades a normal item into a rare item. It upgrades a normal item into a magic item. So sometimes you don't read and just loot and loot and loot, and people are scamming you for that. They're just gonna get your exalted orb for this one. Oh, this item is a good item, like this spirit shield. I'm gonna trade in Path of Exile, like this one. Gonna trade spirit shield. Spirit shield. Wait. Spirit shield. Right? Spirit shield. Let's see. Oh, okay. Because of the sockets. All right. So if you are looking for a spirit shield, there you go. More spirit shield. It's just one alteration or just 3 jewelers orb. So if you have an exalted orb and someone is selling you something like that for 1x, like this one, this is a rip-off, all right? And if you don't know what your currency is because you are not reading what that currency is, like here, if you go into the economy and the currency, if you see the Mirror of Calandra, it's 60,000 chaos, okay? And an exalted orb is 134 chaos. And this spirit shield is not even 1 chaos in reality. So someone is selling you 1 exalted for this, and you want this spirit shield because it suits your playstyle and you need it for your build, and you're gonna be buying it for an exalted orb. You're gonna be duped, man. So if you are new in So if you are new in Path of Exiles, just to remember, you have to read if this is a very useful item at first, okay, for you to loot it. And then you can check out the economy here in Path of Exile Ninja, PoE Ninja. So when you get an exalted orb, you're not going to be selling it for just 20 chaos. But it's going to be cheaper in the first few weeks of the game, of course. But there are just people that is living just to scam you, all right? Just to get your currency in Path of Exile. And this is the perfect example of this. This is the Light of Lunaris, or just this one. Just 1x for this one. I'm not gonna be buying this because of the 1 level of cold skill gems, right? You can just get this loot for a little bit of less currency than this one. So that is one of my suggestions. okay, just forget about the global. Well, if you need some information and you are too lazy to, to find it in PoE Ninja, PoE DB, and Path of Exile wiki, or from their official website, then what I did before is just ask anyone, like this one. What is the value of an exalted orb? Okay, so if anyone is looking at that, I think I removed global. There's global. Okay, global. What is the value of an exalted orb? Because if you are new, if you are new to the game, you do not know these websites yet, right? And you're gonna be asking the global about this one. See, so the answer is about 1x. So you don't have a definite answer for that. It's still 1x. See, you don't have to ask everyone here, because you'll get a mixed answers that will, that will confuse you more. See, global, if there's a good answer to a noob question. I'm streaming to explain to my viewers that asking global can be confusing. See? You don't have a definite answer for that. But if you go to PoEDB or PoE Ninja and Wiki, you would know the value of what you're getting rather than asking global, right? See? Hi there, guys. Just, I don't know how many viewers do I have. I don't know. Just 15, I think. Okay. So enough of global. You can just chat in global and you're gonna be confused forever. Alright? Just play the game, loot, and get what you want. And you can target farm. What is target farming? Maybe it is like the tabula rasa. Well, tabula rasa is a very good what do you call this? Body armor. In the first few weeks of the game, tabula rasa, because the tabula rasa has 6 white sockets. The 6 white sockets, you can put any color in that. But the problem with the tabula rasa is, if you are using that, you don't have any mods. You just have sockets. It doesn't provide you with anything. No life, no mana regen, no spell damage, no nothing. But this is widely used as the first body armor that you will get if you're not lucky to get a 5-link armor. But if you have a 5-link rare armor that you could use, well, I have to explain this more. Let's get out of here. Like this one. If you have a 5-link armor that you can use at the first week of the game or the first days of the game, then it would be better. Like this one, a 5-link armor. A rare armor. Because if you're just using tabula rasa, it's not gonna give you any mods, just white sockets, right? And if you are using a 5-link armor, body armor, you could use this for your league starter, because it's gonna be harder to find a 6-link at this time for the first few weeks, right? So the 5-link is your best bet rather than the tabula rasa. The tabula rasa will cost you like 27 chaos in the first days, and it will deplete, it will decline in currency, in value in the latter days, and in the succeeding days. I mean, I'm sorry about my English. And if you are using 5 link, rare 5 link in your build as a starter league, it would be better. So my suggestion is just read the mods here. If you can just press O. Let's go to my hideout first, so it wouldn't be confusing. Okay. If you press O, you can see in the UI here to show you where is it? Advanced mod descriptions. All right. What the advanced mod descriptions do here is to enable showing ranges, mod types, and mod tiers on items when viewing reminder text. It means when you press O, you go to UI and you just check this. When you have an item like this one, when you press Alt, you can see if it's implicit, if it's what mods are in there, if it's prefix or suffix. All right. And then in this game, you can have just 3 prefixes and 3 suffixes. So as you can see here, this is a full crafted mod. You cannot add anything here, but you can just replace other ones. So this is a complete mod, 3 prefixes and 3 suffixes. So if you are using that, see, I have a 7000 ES shield here, and I am using arc, but I am using a bow for using arc, so it's weird. And we're gonna try this out. This is an Inquisitor, I think. Wait, let us check. An Inquisitor, alright, level 88. So what I like about arc is that it's like an AoE also, attack area of effect, but this is chaining. See, it's a chaining skill. This is a good league starter also, arc. There are many build guides about that. And what I am using is more cast speed and increase in crit, I think. What is this? Let me see my items here. Okay, wait guys. All right, so I am using a bow, so this is not the default item for this one, but in synthesis I found a bow like this one that I am using right now. I think this is synthesis or this is Conqueror. I forgot about the league, but in every league there is a specification of items that you could use for an experimental character. Like this one, I am using an Inquisitor, using arc, using a bow. So that is weird, right? But as you can see, I have a 7000 energy shield here. I am using Chaos and Echolation, and like these uniques, these are from Synthesis Leagues. This is from Conqueror's League, and yeah, this has an enchantment of arc damage. All right, so when you are starting in PoE, don't expect to have the most powerful build. Okay, that is the dream, but there is no perfect build. There is the meta, but it always gets nerfed. So if I were you, find something that you are having fun playing with. If you want discharge, then go discharge. If you want arc like this one, then use arc. And if you want to support GGG and Path of Exiles, you can get some weapon effect or something, and get supporter packs like this one. I'm gonna use this. And where's my arc? Here. Okay, it's the red one. So this one is see, it changes into the red arc, not the blue one. This is a supporter pack, and my movement skill, traveling skill is an innocent warp skill from the supporter pack. It doesn't make you good, it doesn't make you stronger, but it will be pretty, you know, in order to support the Path of Exile developers. Alright? So for me, I'm used to casting rather than be a necromancer, which is my other build is. If you want to be lazy, then good. If you're just a casual player, then I think Arc is better. There are many build guides for this. So we're gonna head to the boss. Try this Arc. See, it's not that powerful. But at least I have 7,000 energy shield, so before I die, I have to be hit successive times and to be hit hard. Right? It's not a boss killer, but I am enjoying this build because it's a clear speed. It's a faster. It has a faster clear speed. What I mean is you can clear faster content like this one. They're just gonna die there. You just clear the entire map, you know, faster than most of the builds. That's why I like Arc. So it depends. If you want a very fast looter and you are not using that for the end game, then maybe Arc is better for you. So it depends if you are enjoying this build. And sometimes I got builds like this one. This is a slow moving build. Oh, this uses Arc also. This is using Arc also. Okay. Let's find another example like this one. This is a melee build. This is not a spell build. And I think okay, let us see. Earthquake. Okay, this is an earthquake build. I'm gonna try this out. But there's no... I killed everyone here. So let's go back. This is a slower build. Slower character. As you can see here, going into maps. My life is just 5,900, which is good. It's a good start. So this is an earthquake build that I made before. I don't know what league this is from. But see, it's powerful. It's good to see. It's good to, you know, to see everything is, you know, boom. See, everything is dying in that radius. I think this is AoE build. See, it's nice, right? I'm enjoying this build, actually. See, everyone is dead. And this has a movement skill, Lip Slam. Alright, Lip Slam is, you know, you can travel far with Lip Slam without any cooldowns. So it's nice. Just your mana. Alright.
Who's that really necessary? Who's that really exile? All that glitters is gold.
Oh, what is... Okay, Rot's Reach. Okay. Another... Okay, you're dead. Alright. So this has crit, I think, because I'm using precision. See? Everyone is dying. Everyone is dying. That's a good, you know, a good skill. Alright, this is the boss. Okay. The boss is here. Okay, let's go. See, he's dead. So this is my melee build that I have used before. An earthquake build. I like this build. So maybe the next league I would be a melee build or something like a caster build or a summoner build. I don't know. It depends upon the patch notes. And for people who are just starting with the game Path of Exile, you know, just stick with your, you know, with your trump card. If you are good in summoning spells, summoning minions, or good in some casting skills, then do that. See, they're all dead. Nice kill, huh? And I am level 89 because of that. So this is a melee build. This is a champion, and my ascendancy is, what is my ascendancy again? You can see it there. Wait. My ascendancy is there. This one, a berserker, I think. Right? So I think that's all. That's all that I can, you know, that I can give you as a suggestion when you're playing Path of Exiles. When you're first playing Path of Exiles. Alright, this is not yet a 6-link item, but it is powerful. Alright, I think that's all. Then I'm starting at Twitch in September 18, playing live. If you have any comments or suggestions, or if you want to chat, and I'm gonna be playing for like 10 hours to 12 hours of that game in the first day of the league. Right, so see you and thanks for watching.